Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, May 19th with the Big Dogs Morning Show, man. Continuing to cook up all this action. Got a lot going on today, man. We got Major League Baseball. We got the best words in sports. Not one, but two of them, man. Game 7 in the NBA. Got some NHL action as well, man. Money making Sunday. Brian, how you doing today, my man?
Oh, I'm just bad mood from rushing around like crazy in the morning. But I got to tell you, winning days 8 of the last 9. So hopefully keep it going today and get myself in a better mood by winning some games today.
There you go. Let's do it. Brad, what's happening, Brody?
What's going on, fellas? Tough weekend, honestly, so far, but we're gonna bounce back today. Got a loaded slate, so I'm ready to execute.
Let's do it. Sean, how you doing today, my man?
Good. Congrats to your Mavs there last night. I called it on the show yesterday, though. Mavs win, Thunder cover. What did I say? It was going to be a win by 3 points or less, and we got the 1 point win. So yeah, unfortunately, I was on the under in that game, so I lost that one as a premium. But yeah, it was nice to hit the what did I call it? The Ruffalo play, the Mavs win but non-cover.
Yeah, you did nail that. You did nail that yesterday. You did nail it. Hats off to you. You called it to a T. Javon, what's happening, Brody?
Yeah, what's going on? On my side of things, got juiced. Went 3-3 for the day. It was just one of those things where I switched out of baseball. I switched out of loser for a winner for a loser, or a loser for a winner, however you want to say it. I should have went 4-2 had I stuck to my my first thought on my baseball plays. So I went 2-2 there, and split in the Oklahoma City and the under. So is what it is. But I got to bounce back today. Well, it's not even a bounce back, but be on the winning side, be on the plus side of things today, as opposed to 3-3 split.
There you go. David, how you doing?
I'm good. Trying to stay hot. It's been a good couple of weeks for me. Nailed the over in that game last night. I was rooting for Game 7 just for the fact it was Game 7, but I was happy to see how excited you were.
Yeah, man. I was there. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's great game. SGA is unbelievable. I love watching him play.
Yeah, the mid-range merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Get their spots a bucket.
Exactly. It was entertaining, and yeah, today 2 Game 7. It's perfect. I love how starts at 3:30 and then goes right into the 8 o'clock game, at least Eastern time.
Yes, sir. So wacky. Your team pulled it off yesterday too, man. Ooh.
It's kind of like karma. I bet I bet it's going to be a 1-goal game, and of course it's a blowout. It happens. They've been all 1-goal games, but congrats. Still got Game 7. You got to win in Vancouver, so still a long way to go in that one. But we get another Game 7, so we can't complain about that. And then, see, told you, Luka triple-double. Nice easy cash, plus 255 on that one. We hit our parlay on the show. Couldn't complain about that. Brewers, Cards, Marlins. Marlins made us sweat a little bit, but they still got the job done. What else did we hit? We hit the Preakness. I hit the Exactor and the Preakness yesterday as well. If that 3-horse doesn't go in there, we hit the Try too. So good day all in all. We went 1-1 and a rain out in baseball, but because I had a nice dog winner and that, you get some plus money. So you came on top of that as well. So can't complain about yesterday. Let's get on to Sunday's action and some more winners.
There you go. Let's keep it rolling. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Jay? Like these boys said, nice solid wins for the Mavs yesterday. That was a solid back and forth. No slight to the Thunder, man. For a young team to battle with a team like that, for Dallas, they are definitely 1 or 2 pieces
But to be
away.
fair, we got to stop that young narrative. We got to stop that young narrative. We have to stop that young narrative. I'm the one stopping that young narrative. We're technically the younger team. I don't even think people know that. Luka's younger than SGA. Lively's younger than Holmgren.
Oh
You got
well,
a good point.
Luki even said young team last night during the post game interview.
I know, but it's the perception of it all. Like we're actually the younger team. It's crazy.
He's younger, but he also has more experience. So I guess,
yeah.
yeah. So,
And
but nah,
SGA is older than Luka.
my point though is just OKC is just 1 or 2 players away. Do y'all win that game? Is it not a game 7 if y'all don't have somebody like PJ Washington? Just some of the additions y'all added.
100%. Shout out to Thunder for sure.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So,
But
but my bad, Wayne. But to
go
be
ahead.
fair, they usually swallow the whistle in that during that last foul. That they usually don't call it, at least in past years. You know what I mean? So it could have went either way. He had all ball, but then the way the wording of the
That's a
rule
foul.
goes.
That's a foul.
No, listen. If you have all ball and you're shooting it, it's not a foul, regardless of what happens afterwards. There, but they said he wasn't in the shooting motion, so it's a foul. But it's I'm just saying that they usually swallow the whistle on plays like that. That's all. So I think it should have went to game 7, but it's not like it's a controversial, call or whatever.
Outside of that game 7, I was on the right side of history yesterday with a huge boxing match with that Fury versus Usyk. Shout out to Usyk, man. He had me on the edge of my seat. That was a great fight. They say Fury broke his jaw, so to have a broken jaw and to keep fighting like that is just a testament to some of the things you get to see in boxing. You get to see humans pound on each other and endure some of the most pain that they can endure. But shout out to Usyk, shout out to that winner, and overall a 500 day for me, but I was on some dogs, so I skirted out a positive day.
There you go. Yeah, hell of a call on that Usyk. You know what I mean? You called it. You did. That was my first boxing match missing in a minute. Fury got to chill with all the showmanship shit now, man. Go out there and win the match, bro.
Yeah.
Box, fam. Box.
That's another reason I like Usyk. He was just way more serious before the fight. And I'm not saying you can't have fun, but it's a time where you got to realize you about to fight. Like all that goofy stuff, that got to chill out eventually.
Yep. I'm right there with you. And I thought that probably was – I thought watching that boxing match, they were probably even fighters, but the seriousness and the level and the attention to detail by Usyk is kind of what pushed him over.
Yep.
So that was a good fight yesterday. Hey, y'all knew I was going to get on the high horse, man. I have to just for a hot second and we'll move on. I'll let it go. A lot of you tried to call me a delusional fan all season long when I told y'all my Mavs would do this. Y'all tried to call me that, man, and I just sat there and I just smiled and I just said, well, I'll get the last laugh. Just wait. Just wait. I know how good my Dallas Mavericks are. That Western Conference run 2 years ago was not a fluke. This is our second Western Conference Finals in 3 seasons. It's not a fluke. The team is really, really good. We'll see if they make my, coming all the way to fruition. I've said all season long, my finals is Boston and Dallas. We'll see if it comes to fruition. Shout out my Mavs. I was 1-1 yesterday. I did have the Mavs laying the 3.5, unfortunately. And then I hit my baseball play of the day. I had the Guardians. Y'all gonna listen to me about them Twins. Y'all gonna listen about them damn Twins. Yeah, man, let's keep the momentum rolling forward. Shout out my Mavs, punch their ticket. So all it really means though, is y'all got another 2 weeks to hear me being nauseated about the Mavs. Sorry for all y'all and y'all's ears. Might as well get ready to get buckled up. Let's talk some baseball today, though, fellas. Let's talk some baseball. Then we'll get to the game 7s in the NBA. We got day baseball today, man. So let's hop right in. We got the Red Sox and the Cardinals, the White Sox and the Yankees, and the Mariners and the O's. Brian Bittler, lead us off, my man.
Well, I'm going to go with, typically I'm not on a play that lots of people like, but I think the Baltimore Orioles are the way to go. Corbin Burns on the mound. He's been pretty proficient this year. He hasn't gotten the run support, but George Kirby, I think, after the Seattle Mariners got the win yesterday, I think the Orioles bounced back today. So I'm going to take Baltimore here.
Brad.
Yeah, I'll take. So I took Boston the last 2 days. I'm done with them. I think they're trash. We've seen the Cardinals beat this Boston team 5 straight times, dating back to last year as well. It looks like their bats are getting hot. They dropped 7 runs yesterday. Friday they dropped 10 runs. So I think we can see this Boston team on a skid, and I think St. Louis is getting some momentum right now. So I'll take my chances with the Cardinals, and then I'll take the under in that Baltimore-Seattle game. Kirby and Burns, 2 guys I like. Both these teams, especially the Seattle Mariners, have been an under team all season long. So I think that's a pitcher duel there.
Sean.
Yeah, I agree with what Brian said there with the Orioles. I like betting on good teams coming off a loss, and I think that's the case here with Baltimore today. The price is a little steep here, but you've got Corbin Burns going. The Orioles have somehow lost his last 4 starts. They've scored 4 runs in those 4 games. I don't think they explode offensively here today either against Kirby. So I think the under is in play as well, but that's a pretty low total at 7.5. So I'd lean to the under, but for sure go with the Orioles in that game.
Jovan.
Yeah, I'm on the Yanks -2.5. I gave that out yesterday. Wish I was actually on it. The Yanks is just rolling right now. I think -2.5 should get you plus money. I didn't actually check it out on any of the
plus 100. I see. So
yeah, whatever you could probably to get it fully in plus money, then -3 could be suffice. But yeah, they're just gonna keep on pounding the White Sox pitching. It's really the long and the short of it. When their bats are hot, there's really nothing you can do about it. So I'll be on the Yanks in that one. Red Sox, Cardinals over. Unfortunately for the Red Sox, they're catching the Cardinals, at a bad time because the Cardinals are getting hot. Paul Goldschmidt, he's on fire, and he's brought the rest of the guys with them. So I expect a lot of runs in that. I think Pavetta, should get tagged up early in the start. On the other side, Liberatore, I believe his name is. He probably should give up some runs. So I expect a lot of runs in this one. Bottom line, it's just like the other 2 games in this series.
David.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Boston Red Sox fan. They've burned me more than a couple times here already this year, but I'm going to roll with them here. I don't like the pitcher for the Cardinals. I don't like him at all. I'll go with Pavetta. I know he's had some ups and downs, but I like the Red Sox on the road there. And then a small lean to the under in that White Sox-Yankees game. It's nerve-wracking just because the Yankees could explode at any moment, but Flexen on the road has been okay. I know his season numbers aren't great, but he's been better recently. And then this White Sox offense is the worst in the league. So I lean the under 8.5 there.
Right.
So for me in this spot, I like Boston as well. I'm going to take Pavetta. The last time Boston beat St. Louis, well, Pavetta was on the mound, and they got the win. He went 7 strong innings in that game versus the Cardinals. And you look on the other side of the mound, Matthew Liberatore. Well, he's 2-3 with a 3 ERA over his last 5 starts. And Boston, they love to smash lefties on the road, hit 266. I think those bats come to life while you look at the Cardinals in this spot. They are 0-6 in Game 3 following a win. They're also 2-11 in Game 3s this season. Boston gets the win and ends that losing streak against the Cardinals. And I got to take the Yankees. Take the Yankees -3.5. I think they whoop up on Flexen. You're going to be whooping them up early. I think you can take the run line in the first 5. Probably get a half-decent plus price on that one. And the Orioles, it's Jorge Kirby on the mound. You gave me plus price to fade Corbin Burns for his 5th straight loss. I'm in. Fade the Aces.
Wayne.
Yeah, word for word, bar for bar with Ron and David. It's definitely not a sexy pick. I've been back and forth on these series. I caught a loss with Boston and a win with St. Louis, but I like Boston here. Nick Pivetta is not a bad pitcher. It's a guy that I like to bet on when I'm getting solid odds. I'm not betting on Pivetta minus 140, minus 150, but minus 115, not to get swept by a team that they're better than, by a bad team. I like Boston in that situation. I think they kind of revert back to the norm. They're 2-8 in their last 10 on the road, but before that, they've been playing good on the road. And St. Louis has been terrible at home. Like the pitching matchup, I think the bats can get going against Levator there. So I'm gonna take Boston. In that White Sox, New York, man, I'm gonna fade you guys, man. I'm gonna take White Sox on the run line. I'm almost trying to convince myself to get there on the money line. I just can't lay that with Rodon. I understand how hot New York's bats have been, but Flexen is not a bad option. He's not great, I understand, but he's not bad either. It's just too huge of a number. And a team in the White Sox who's actually had the Yankees number. They're 6-4 in their last 10. There's been kind of going back and forth in this series just throughout the years, and I think it's just a good spot for the White Sox to at least be competitive here. And I'm with them guys on the O's as well. Not a big Corbin Burns guy, but the numbers is not terrible. And the 150s, I will ride with Corbin Burns, and I kind of agree what these guys have said about O's being a good bounce back team, good home team. Seattle below 500 on the road, just not a team I'm gonna trust in this spot to win back-to-back games against the better team. I'm gonna go with the O's.
I'm with Rod. Give me Jorge Kirby at plus money, fading Corbin Burns, who's overrated. Sign me up. I mean, all right, let me walk that back a little bit. Corbin Burns isn't overrated, but he is a really good pitcher. But the O's haven't backed him up in those starts the way that they probably should have. You know what I mean? It's Mitch's, ace argument all the time. You're the ace, you're pitching up against the ace, and a lot of times you don't get the run split that the other guys make. I just look at it, man. I've seen losses to Oakland, Washington, and Toronto. 3 teams that are below 500, and 3 of his last 4, and the one with the Yanks too. And ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna take a shot there at the plus money with the Mariners and Jorge Kirby. And Seattle playing well. Worth a shot at the plus money. I've been off that Red Sox train this week. I even took the Cardinals against Cutter Crawford. It just set up well. Y'all know I like Red Sox. I hate the Cardinals, but this is just a Cardinal style series. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Cardinals win this game, even with Libertor's trash ass on the mound. So that's just how I see that series. I think it's a Cardinal style series. Small lean on the Cardinals. I like the O's. I like the Mariners against the O's. And then that White Sox Yankees doesn't have any value for me in that series. We got the Nationals and the Phillies, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians. I'll lead us off here in this slot. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I know sometimes a lot of you just toss it up to Jay, just be yapping. But if you listen to the app, bro, you got to listen to the app. That's the thing. You got to pick the pieces and the bits out of the app. I be talking some real shit sometimes. And one of the things that I feel like I've nailed perfectly is this Minnesota goddamn Twins. When they're hot, don't think twice about it. Just ride them. They're a very streaky team. But when they're cold, it's the exact same thing. You just fade their ass until they come up out of it. It's just that simple. They're the 50-50 Twins. I don't know how many more times I can yell and say it. I don't know how many times I can yell it from the mountaintop. Fuck the Twins.
Jay, I'll give it to you now. I was listening to the morning show a few days ago. You did say they were going to lose 5 in a row. I don't know what day that was. They have now lost 5 in a row. I'm like, that boy good. That boy good.
It's just you got to know the Twins, man. It's been a team I've attacked the last couple of seasons. You can attack them both ways. You just got to learn their tendencies. The Guardians, they're a really, really, really good home team. We all know that. The Guardians play their best baseball at home. Just look at the numbers the last 2 seasons. They gave me plus money on the better team at home yesterday in the Guardians. They're not giving us plus money today. It's only minus 120, but sign me up. I'll even lay the run line. Until the Twins win a baseball game, just fade their ass. Fade them. Taking the Guardians. Blue Jays Rays. This is always a tough series for me. Everybody knows I'm an Alek Manoah guy. I'll take a shot with Manoah today. It's just something about them Rays on the road. Yes, they've won 4 straight on the road. It's kind of weird because we know the Rays, they're a much better home team. Manoah's numbers aren't great. They haven't been great for quite some time. This is not a premium. This is not a game I'm rushing to. This is just a game I have a feeling in my stomach about that the Blue Jays pull it off at the crib. So I'm a roll with the gut feeling. Again, not a premium, not something I'm overly in love with. But even money giving me the Blue Jays at home where they typically play their better baseball, fading the Rays on the road where they typically play not their best baseball. Rays are hot right now, so, there might be a little value fading them. Yeah, sign me up on Toronto. And nothing really for me, Nationals, Phillies. Brian, what you thinking?
Oh, I hate to go against my good buddy Jay here, but we'll start with the Minnesota Twins Cleveland Guardians. It's just for me. I mean, I've been stuck. I've been caught with my pants down a couple times lately with the Minnesota Twins, but it seems like, Cleveland Guardians at minus 120, and every person I talk to, not just the panel here, but people like friends that I talk to, everybody is on the Cleveland Guardians. That they just seems too easy. So I'll just go the opposite, take the Minnesota Twins, and then the Toronto Blue Jays and Tampa Bay Rays line total opened up at 7.5. I see it's at 8. These two combined pitchers have given up 22 runs over the last couple starts. It just seems like it'd be an easy over. But I think Manoah has his best start of the year. And Savali, I think he's better than his numbers. So I'm going to take the under here. It just seems too easy to take the over. So maybe I'll parlay those two.
Brian, I tell you, you just get under my skin with that argument sometimes. The
Twins, 5 straight losses, and they're only Guardians minus 120 at home. Just seems it should be minus 145 or so.
The thing is sometimes it just is that easy.
Not today.
Sometimes I just think it is that easy. Especially, I feel like more so in baseball, because I feel like the bookmakers in baseball, they're a little more stubborn than any other sport. Like, I feel like baseball, they feel like, all right, we know who this team are. We're going to price them like this regardless. Kind of like, that's why even when the Astros were 10, 14 games below 500, they were still the favorite as heavy as they were. Like, for the most part, they're going to price teams in baseball the way they want to. In the NBA, I don't feel like it's that way. I feel like it's dynamic. Like yesterday really determines how this line is going to look today. Baseball, that's not the case. So I feel like you find soft lines kind of like this in baseball way more often than you would find them in any other sport like football, basketball, and maybe even hockey. That's just how I see it. So when they give me my layups, Brian, I don't.
We'll see.
We'll see. You want to have that?
No, I'm not that confident with it. They screwed me too much this week.
Fair. Brad, you liking anything these three?
Yeah, I'm looking at this Tampa Bay Toronto game. You're right, Brian. The over does seem too easy, but I'm going to fall for it. I'm going to take it. I like fading Alex Manoah. And Aaron Savali, I do think he's better than how he's looked lately, but, I think the Blue Jays are able to hit off him. But I think this game gets ugly once the bullpens get activated. Toronto has the third worst bullpen ERA in the league. We saw both games have been scrappy in the series, 4-3, 5-4. I can see this one being another close one where both teams are scoring. So give me the over, and then I'm also leaning the Rays. I think it's a good price to get the Rays. I think we're going to see them continue to be a solid team, whereas the Blue Jays, I don't know, man. Over the last couple of seasons, they just disappointed me. So I'm going to take my chances with the Rays and the over in this one.
I get that Rays pick. I do. They're playing well.
Yeah.
I'm a little fanboy of Manoa a little bit. I'll call it spade a spade.
I don't know how.
Ruffalo got me on the train, man. It's hard to
It's
get
the
off.
Ruffalo jersey, right? You see it every day, so.
Sean, talk to me, my man. What you like in this slot?
Yeah, I'm on the Jays here today. They've got to get this game. This is, yesterday they let the Rays off the hook. They're up 4-0 in the 6th inning. Gautzman actually had a chance to get out of the inning. One kind of borderline strike call they didn't get. If he would have got out of that inning, would have been 4-0. They probably would have cruised from there, but they collapsed. They got to get the win here. And I think the Rays, they already took 3 of 4 in Boston earlier this week. They've already wrapped up a series win here in Toronto. So I don't know. I don't like that letdown angle so much in baseball, but I just think this is a spot where Manoa or not, the Jays got to get this win today. I'll go with the Jays. Also, Manoa does have good numbers against these Rays hitters, actually. And I tried to convince myself to back the Nationals to snap their 4-game losing streak here. It's a good price, but they've been awful against Aaron Nola. So current Nationals hitters have 26 hits in 133 at-bats against Nola with only 6 extra base hits, no home runs. They're kind of just up against it here. Phillies are a team I would be looking to fade right now just because their offense has cooled off, but can't quite get there with Washington, with Trevor Williams, who's been good, but Phillies have pretty good numbers against him. So talked myself out of that one, so we'll see how that goes, but I will be on the Jays.
There you go. Javon, talk to me in this slot, man.
Yeah, I'm on the Nationals Phillies under first 5 full game. I just think this is going to be a pitcher's duel. Not to say that that Trevor Williams is going to go that deep into the ball game, but Aaron Nola, this is basically the best start that he's had in his career, I believe, or at least in a while. So I expect a bunch of zeros to go up on the board. So I think you catch that first 5 and full game. Especially if either one or both of these pitchers go deep. I'm on the Twins and Guardians under as well, just full game in this one. Chris Paddock just had the misfortune of facing the Hot Yankees ball club, even though that game I believe was stayed under as well. But I expect him to have a quality start. And Tanner Bybee, he bounced back pretty nicely in his last start, and I expect the same thing against this Twins ball club, who's regressed once again, with their bats. So those are the two, both unders.
There you go. David.
I'm going to take the Alek Manoah hype train and hop on it with you, Jay.
Let's do it.
I liked how he looked last time out. He's made 2 starts. That first one, only 4 innings, gave up 6 earned against the Nats. But last time out, 7 innings, no unearned runs. He did give up 3 runs, but no earned. And I think the Blue Jays can get it done here. Savali, for me, well, I do think he's had a bad season. I mean, there's no indication he's going to turn it around. He's only made it to 5 innings 1 time in his last 5 starts. He's given up at least 5 hits in all 5 of those starts, including 7 earned runs to the Mets, 6 earned runs to the White Sox. He's just struggling. I'll take the Jays. I know it's risky with Manoah, but I'm going to take the Jays. And then I'm going to take the Nationals. I know what Sean was saying about some of the lineups history against the starting pitcher, but I like the price here at plus 195. Trevor Williams has been really good. He hasn't gone very deep into games, but he's been solid. Nola, his last home start, gave up 4 earned to Toronto. So I think it's worth a shot here with the Nationals.
There you go. Hot Rod Zowacki, talk to me.
Yeah, definitely the values there with taking a shot with the Nationals versus the Phillies in that one. Trevor Williams has been the ace, winning 7 of his last 8 starts. And that 2 times our money, I got to take a shot, a little sprinkle with the Nationals in that one. And I am not getting on no Alex Manoah train. No, forget that. That sounds like the lineup. That sounds like the lineup from the buffet.
Come on, Rod.
It's Sunday. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'll pass on the buffet train lineup over there. I'm going to go with the Rays. But I'll go with the Rays over here. I'm trying to lose weight, not gain weight. So I'll stay off the Manoa train. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays. They're just playing the better ball. And when you want to talk about streaky teams, well, we see what the Rays did to start the season. The Rays are one of those teams that usually when they start getting good, you want to get on them because they become streaky good. And they're streaky good now. Give me the Rays to beat up on the Jays, even with Savali on the mound. Even if we seen it yesterday, they got down 4-0, and look, the Jays, as usual, that bullpen comes in and they choked it away, but they tied it up before they even got to the bullpen. Kept somebody in a little too long in that one. So give me the Rays over the Jays in that one. And you know what? The last time the Twins got a win against Cleveland, guess who was on the mound? Tanner Beebe. So give me the Twins to end their losing streak, as Jay says. They are streaky team. Well, they lost 5 straight. Time to get a win.
How many games did they win in a row on their win streak the other day? Was it 11?
I think
11 or something. 11, 12? Yeah.
Back the other way. They got 11 coming back the other way.
I don't think they're going to even it out that bad that they lose 11 straight.
We're going to see.
I'll take the hat bet. How's that?
Oh, let's do it. Hat bet will ride. Is this our first one?
I think we're 2-2 in our last 4.
I think we are 2-2. Yeah.
Right? I think you because I got you on the last one. I can't remember what the last one. I know I got you on it to even us out 2-2.
It's in our messages. I gotta go back and look. I think we are 2-2 though.
I think it's 2-2.
All right, let's do it. Wayne, what you liking in this slot, my man?
I think I'm gonna own me a cleaning company. This is Bring the Brooms. I see the sweeps here. I'm going with the Rays to get the sweeps against Toronto. As you guys have stated, just Rays have been playing the hotter baseball, loving their bullpen, and as Rod just said, man, when the Rays get rolling, they get rolling. We're seeing that old Rays team where they either jump up and hop out on your ass pretty good and get the runs going, or even when they're down, they're starting to battle back and get them wins. And that's the Rays that I like to see and like to bet on when they're doing that. Very trustworthy team. I'm gonna ride with the Rays. Tanner Beebe's my guy. He might have lost against the Twins, but there's nothing but a revenge aspect for me. Guardians 7-3 and 1-5 in a row against the Twins, with one of their top pitchers on, Tanner Baby. That's what I like to call him. He is a little streaky, but when he's on his stuff, he's on his stuff. And I like the way the Guardians have been batting, so I'm gonna ride with the sweep in that one. And exactly what Sean Murphy said for me, I feel exactly what he said, and a little bit of what Jovan said. I like the Nationals. I understand the price. I like the price, but I just can't fade this Phillies team. I also love fading Noah with big numbers like this, but I just don't think it's the time with the way the Nats been batting. But with that being said, I like the under. Nats 1-8-1 on the road in their last 10 to the under, and 2-7-1 in their last 10 overall to the under. And these teams have been going under while playing against each other with the pitchers on the mound and lack of batting. I'm gonna ride with the under, like Jovan said.
Next slot, Wayne, I'm coming back to you for this slot. We got the Mets and the Marlins, the Brew Crew and the Astros, and the A's and the Royals.
The Mets and the Marlins, I'm gonna ride with the Mets, man. It's still fade the Marlins for me. They have shown a slight sign of life, but I just like this Mets batting lineup. Yeah, they don't play to the back of their playing card a lot, but I definitely think they can get the win against Miami here. And the Royals game, I'm loving the under in that one. I like the pitchers that are on the mound. These bats have they've been up and down, but they've also gone vacant when the talent is there from the pitching. So with the pitchers that are up, I definitely like the under 9 in that one.
All right, what you liking these three?
And in this 3, I like the Mets as well. I think they avoid the sweep. They're 7-3 in game 3s following a loss, so avoid the sweep of that one. Take the Mets, and I'll keep riding the Brewers. Just playing the hotter baseball, 15-9 on the road, just cruising right along. So give me the Brewers over the Astros in that one.
David.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Astros. I know when you look at the season numbers, season records, they've obviously struggled, but they're hot right now. They're playing some strong baseball. I know they took advantage of a bad Oakland team and a Tigers team that is just okay. But they have Arrighetti on the mound today, who has some awful season numbers. But you look at his last couple home starts. 2 earned against Oakland, 2 earned against Cleveland, 2 earned against Atlanta. He only went 4 innings in that Atlanta one, but he's been better at home. Colin Ria for Milwaukee. He's been solid, but I don't love him, and I just think this Houston lineup can get to him. So I'm going to take the Astros there, and then I'm also on the Mets. I just think Miami has played better baseball recently, but I think Manea has another strong outing, and I still don't know what to think about Sixto Sanchez, to be honest. He's had a couple of good starts, I guess decent starts, 4.2 and 4 innings in his last 2 outings, but that was against Oakland and Detroit, two offensive teams that are not great. So I'll take the Mets there.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm on the Marlins. They're they're playing the best baseball that they've been playing, all season. 4-game winning streak. And more important, they're facing a Mets team who can't hold together for a full 9 innings. You know what I mean? So, when things like that happened yesterday, where the Mets gave up a big lead, they're a team that's in trouble. Is basically what I'm saying. And if you saw the post game, of their reliever, yeah, it's all signs are pointing down for the Metropolitans. So I'm gonna keep on riding that wave, that Miami Marlins wave.
Done.
I like the A's here today, plus 150 to snap that 7-game losing streak. Brady Singer's been pretty good for the Royals this year, but A's hitters 13 for 29 off of him. Seth Brown's got 3 home runs and 10 at bats. They've got 9 extra base hits off him and less than 30 at bats combined. So I'll take a chance here at the A's. The Royals offense just hasn't it has cooled off lately. I like that team. I like the Royals, but right now 20th in OPS over the last week. So I think maybe the A's can catch them here today with JP Sears going. Royals haven't really seen him. They just got a handful of at-bats against them. So I'll take a shot with the A's in the underdog role.
Talk to me, Brad.
Yeah, I actually go the other side on that one. I'm actually going to take the Royals on the run line here. These A's bats have just gone so cold. In that Houston series, they put up 4 runs in 4 games. It's 1 run a game. And then, they put up 2 and then 3 in this series. I'm fading the A's. And at this run line price, you could get a decent odds. So give me the Royals for another big win there. And then, yeah, I'm gonna fade Arrighetti in the spot. I think Milwaukee's the better team. They proved that all year, and they have the better starter on the mound as well. So it seems kind of clear to me to take the Brewers at plus money there.
Right.
Yeah, out of these groupings here, I think the Miami Marlins, I agree with Jovan here. I've seen Sixto Sanchez pitch. He's one of my favorite young pitchers, and he had some arm issues, but he's been getting stronger last couple starts. I think he stretched out to 4 2/3 last time out. Marlins just stuck a dagger in the Mets yesterday, scoring a ton of runs late. I gave up on that play as a premium play. Now I look at the 9th, and I thought, wow, they tied it up. But for here, if you can get plus money with the Marlins at home, they're just playing better baseball. The Mets are the Mets. So give me the Marlins here on the money line.
My turn. I will go with, I don't really love this slot. Marlins at the plus money is kind of appetizing. I don't know if it's enough for me to want to really jump out there, though, and I get the Sixto hype. I do. But his numbers aren't the best for me right now. And the Marlins, they're just ass. Okay. Y'all know I love betting the money Marlins, but not this season. So I kind of tell myself I'll leave them alone unless I absolutely love it. And I don't absolutely love it today. So I'll probably leave the Marlins alone. The Astros finally took an L after a week of straight cheating on their ways to wins. I wouldn't be surprised if they got back on track today and got this one done. Am I betting them today at minus 130 with Aaron Getty? Hell no. But would I be surprised at all if they won this game? Not really. In a small lane, I lean Astros. But my favorite play in this line, I'm going to roll with my guy. He's one of my guys. Y'all know this. J.P. Sears. Turn me up. I like back in the A's when Blackburn, Sears on the mound. Sears, he had the one bad outing against, well, he's had really only two bad outings all season. One was against the Rangers and one was against the O's. Other than that, he's been the guy I thought he would be all season long. His last outing, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, and it was a home run. They end up losing that game 10-1 or 2-1 to the Astros. He'll be fine here today. I think he'll be just fine. Singer, I like Singer, but I see some regression in his game. He's lost 3 of his last 5. All I'm saying, the value attached to the A's today is what I'm in love with, and I love attacking value with the A's, especially when they have Blackburn or Sears on the mound. That's usually their best chances to get wins. I kind of feel like the A's are kind of still priced like the team of last year. When they're much better this year, they're going to win more games this year than they won last year. You just got to stomach taking them in spots. I think this is a spot where you just got to stomach taking them. I'm going to take the Oakland A's with J.P. Sears on the mound. Next 3, Pirates, Cubs, Angels, Texas Rangers, Rockies, Giants. Brian, I'll start with you, my man.
This is a tough time slot. Not really my favorite, but if I had to pick one of the two, I'd take the LA Angels plus 1.5 here. I think the Rangers win this game by a run. I've seen Lorenzen pitch a couple outings when he's with the Phillies, and it's just I think he's priced a little bit high here. Angels got 1 win in this series. They played Texas tough. I think it's a 1-run game, so I'll take the Angels.
Right.
Yeah, not a fan of this time slot either, but I'm going to take a chance with the under in that Pirate-Chicago game. There's a reason it's so low. Looks like we have some wins facing the infield as well. Taiwan has been solid, 1.61 ERA. I know he was in the season, but he's been pitching well, kind of surprising. And then Keller, not going to blow you away, but he's been decent too. So I think this is just going to be like a 3-1 ugly, windy Chicago game here. So give me the under there.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm with Brian with the Angels. I'd go money line on the Angels here in this spot. I just think Rangers, they pulled it out last night, but again, the offense is just cooled off. 24th in OPS over the last week. Angels are top 5 in that category over the last week. So, like Brian alluded to, the Angels play the Rangers tough. I just think this is a good bounce back spot when you consider the starting pitching matchup here is pretty much just even. So we'll go with the Angels.
Johan.
Yeah, I agree with Sean as far as the bats going cold with the Rangers. They miraculously pulled it out yesterday with that 3-2 final. I expect another low scoring game in this one. Jose Soriano, it's been some ups and downs with him, but his last start was pretty good, and him facing this Rangers lineup as currently in their current form is he should be able to have a good enough start. So I lean the Angels. I wouldn't pull the trigger exactly, but I'll more likely back the under in this game. And the Pirates Cubs game, I'm also on the under in that one. It's just a situation where I watched that game yesterday, and you see what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on the Pirates pitcher from yesterday.
Faulkner.
Yeah, Bailey Faulkner. He's mowing them down. He's getting outs left and right. Pop-ups and the whole 9, and they can't get anything until they put in a reliever. You know what I'm saying? So, and even that was a bit of a struggle in the 9th inning. So I like the under. The wind's blowing in, as Brad alluded to, and I exclusively back the under in when they play in Wrigley Field when the wind is blowing in. So, take it for what it's worth.
David.
Yeah, that Rangers Angels game last night was something crazy to watch. It went 13 innings. Neither team scored in the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. It was just crazy how especially in today's game with the guy on second base, you can't get someone home in the first 3 extra innings. LA was 0 for 18 with runners in scoring position, which is just insane. I think it was the second worst mark for the Angels in the last 50 or 60 years. But I'm with Jovan. I like the under here. I think I can't back these offenses after watching yesterday. I don't have the Rangers number in front of me, but they were also not good with runners in scoring position. I think the starting pitching's okay. I know Lorenzen's very up and down, but I like the under 8.5 here.
Right.
And for me in this time slot, I got to go with the Angels here. Too much value. Jose Soriano has been solid for the Angels starting. Michael Lorenzen's been a trash can. He's got trouble walking guys, and you start getting trouble walking guys on base. All it takes is one blast, and he didn't give up a blast last game. But if you look the previous 4 before that, he's definitely given up a home run. So I like the Angels. Too much value to pass up there. I like the Pirates here with Mitch Keller on the mound. Cubs got lucky to win that one yesterday. It wasn't pitchers too late, but offensively, I agree with Jovan. Probably another under. But I think the Pirates squeak it out. I don't think the Cubs have won a game 4 of a series all season long. I think they only played in a handful of them, but I don't think they get it here. Give me the Pirates in that one.
Wayne.
Keep it short, sweet, and simple. Guys made a lot of great points. That St. Louis, with this Texans game, exactly what Brian said. I'll take the Angels plus the 1.5. I don't love them enough money line. I definitely don't want to lay that number with Lorenzen and the Texas offense, how they've been inconsistent right now. So I'll take that run line with the Angels. And what Brad said, I agree on Chicago-Pittsburgh under. That's the best way I like to look at that game. There's been a couple overs lately, but overall, Chicago at home under 4 and 6 in their last 10, 2 and 3. Don't really trust neither one of these bats right here. We have 2 pitchers that's been up and down, but we know when Miller's on his stuff, he can produce pretty well on the road for Pittsburgh, and Talion too. He can get cranked, but he can also come out there and be very serviceable. So I think that number's there for a reason. We'll go with the under on that one.
I don't like this slot. I don't. I'll take a shot with the Pirates and Mitch Keller, all-star Mitch Keller. Put some respect on his name. Nah, but the Cubs, they did get it done yesterday, barely. Again, I don't really love this slot. I'll attack the Pirates at the plus money. I think I don't really trust Talion. He's been okay, but I think he's due for some regression. Keller, he did get lit up pretty good in his last outing, gave up a lot of hits, but he got out of that gym, didn't give up no runs. His last couple starts have been solid. I'll roll with the Pirates in a lean, but I'm not totally in love with it. When it comes to my Rangers, it's a tough team to figure out right now. Just a tough team to figure out.
50-50, so time for a loss to get back to 50-50.
Yeah, you might be. As much as I want to yell from the mountaintops, you guys are wrong. We're the World Series champs. We're going to get back on track. You guys are right. We're not hitting the ball well right now. We're really, really injured. That's the main part of it all. I think we have the longest injury list of every team in Major League Baseball. So, you know what I mean? Our whole starting rotation of pitchers are all hurt. So to even still be 50-50 is solid, in my opinion. And with the way our division is shaping up, we'll be in the mix of things all season long. But with that being said, am I rushing to lay minus 150 with them today? No, I'm not. Should they win the game today? Yes, because even still, they are the better team. But minus 150, just looking for a win, is kind of out of my realm. And in all honesty, I need a break from betting my teams, man, because I got a hell of a week coming up. Every day for the next 2 weeks, I got a game, man, because they alternated my Mavs and my Stars. I ain't betting the Rangers today. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I lean to them, but I ain't betting them. Last slot in baseball. Oh, and the Rockies, man. The Rockies just don't have it right now on this road trip. This is a nice little get-right trip for the Giants at home, at the crib. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants smashed them again. We'll be on the Rockies again here soon. Just not right now. I don't like the spot for them. Giants run line is probably a solid like parlay piece. I probably wouldn't play it on its own, but as a parlay piece, you should be all right. Last slot, we got the Dodgers and the Reds, Tigers and the Diamondbacks, Braves and the Padres. Hey man, I see my guy Monty on that mound. I take him. It's really just that simple. I'm on Jordan Montgomery. I'm on Los Serpientes. I'm on the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is what it is, man. The Tigers. They are a competitive, scrappy bunch. I backed them in a lot this season. Matt Manning was a guy I liked to back last season. He's been not that great recently. I mean, they did win his last 2 starts, but gave up 4, and 3, 2 home runs, 1 home run. I feel like Arizona can get to him a bit. I feel like I know what I'm getting from my lefty. For my World Series champ, Jordan Montgomery, solid bounce back spot at the crib for the Diamondbacks. That price is a little pricey, but I trust him in this spot. I'll fade the Tigers. And did this game get postponed yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah, Atlanta, San Diego's 2 of them.
I was so focused on that NBA game, I didn't even see.
We're gonna play a doubleheader on Monday.
They are okay. Same pitching matchups yesterday. You and Elder.
Yep.
I said yesterday. I'll roll with you. You Darvish. I'm gonna just take Sean's stats from yesterday and just reapply them to today. Okay. I'm on the Padres. Brian.
Yeah, out of this group in here, I'm going to take a chance with Cincinnati Reds plus the 1.5. I like what I've seen from Hunter Green this year, and the books are paying you plus 120, 125 to take the LA Dodgers. You know, everybody on the chat rooms, they're going to be all over the LA Dodgers today, but I'll just take a chance that the Reds keep this one within the run. I'll take Cincinnati on the run line.
Brian, I sat there this morning and was like, this game almost made my premium. I wanted to take the Reds too, but Hunter Green, he's just so inconsistent. It's just like
I'm just betting against the action here. I'm sure there's going to be so much money on the Dodgers today.
I get it.
I'm just going to go the opposite here.
I'll put a couple dollars on it with you. I'll do it. Let's go Reds. Fade Yamamoto. Brad looked like he got that look like he's finna take Yamamoto. I see it in his eye.
I'll stay away from that game. I'm gonna take the Tigers though. I think this is like truly a 50-50 game. We see, I mean, both these starting pitchers. I'm not really giving an edge to either of them. And the Tigers, they may be getting hot right now. Game 1 of this series, they dropped 13-0 actually, skunked them, which is pretty wild. And then 8-3 in their last game. So I'll take my chances with the hot team, getting plus money. And then give me the Braves here. Don't get me wrong. Yu Darvish is the better starting pitcher in this one, but this is a 9-inning game. I'll take my chances with Atlanta at home. I feel like these home teams have just been dominated during these Sunday night games. So I can see this one being very close, and then we maybe see a nice little 9th inning from the Braves, like a tied 3-3 game, and then like a walk-off for the Braves just to finish our Sunday off. So that's kind of how I see that one going.
Sean, talk to me.
Yeah, I don't think Yamamoto. I think he's scratched. I think the Dodgers they haven't announced a starter yet, but it looks like it might be Landon Knack going for the Dodgers. So I tried to convince myself to take the Reds. I like the price there. I don't mind. Hunter Green's kind of turned it around. He showed some positive signs last year.
Have you seen the price move in the game at all?
It looks like, let me just see what the latest here is, but it's at Reds are plus 145 on the money line right now. It looks like is what I'm seeing. So they're kind of factoring in that the Dodgers are probably going with either a bullpen game or it's probably going to be Landon Knack maybe, which is he's got a fifth north of 5. I don't know. I could talk myself into the Reds. The problem with the Reds right now, I just feel like their offense has cooled off and it seems like it's just trending the wrong direction. So those aren't really teams that I usually like to to get behind, even though I did just give it that play on the A's earlier. So anyway, if I had to pick it, I'd go Reds. And then, we talked about that Padres game yesterday. Light lean to the Padres. I kind of like the under in that one, but kind of confused by that line movement. We've seen the total bump up to 9 there. So I don't know. I could see the Padres getting to Elder a little bit in that one. Darvish has owned this Braves lineup, so I'd still don't mind that under. Taking that under in that one, same as yesterday.
Javon.
Yeah, I gave out the Padres first 5 yesterday. Nothing changes. So that's the long and short of it there. If I'm gonna back the Reds, I'll back them first 5. I like what Hunter Green has been doing as far as pitching. The results haven't been there, but he has been pitching good enough to back him in his spot. Especially with you not knowing who's gonna pitch, who's gonna be the starter for the other side. So I'll take the Reds first 5, and I'll take the Tigers and Diamondbacks over. Listen. The Tigers have come alive. Their bats have come alive, and I don't see that stopping. With Jordan Montgomery on the other side. I don't care if the Tigers don't hit lefties well. They're hitting right now. 13-8 runs in in the first 2 games of this series. So I expect them to to put up runs on the board. And on the other side, the Diamondbacks should be able to get off the mat and put some runs together as well. So I like the over in that game.
David.
Yeah, this Tigers team for me is I can't figure them out lately. It seems to be when I take them, they don't score any runs. Like the last 2 games against the Marlins, they were shut out both those games. Then they turned around and put up 21 runs in the first 2 against Arizona here. Tough to know what we're going to get, but I am going to lean to the Diamondbacks here. Matt Manning is a younger pitcher for Detroit, and there's a lot expected of him, but he's not performed great this season. I know Jay alluded to it earlier, but he's allowed 16 hits in his last 2 starts against the Marlins and Cardinals, 2 teams that really aren't that good offensively. Montgomery has been okay, and again, with this Tigers lineup, I know they've started this series strong. I don't trust them. Even last night, I mean, they were scoreless through 6. They had 8 runs in the 7th and the 8th combined. I don't trust the Detroit offense. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks on the run line minus the 1.5.
Sir Zwacky.
And for me in this time slot, I just don't trust the Reds at all. Their best shot was yesterday to keep that game close, and they didn't even get a run. Doesn't matter who's getting the start for the Dodgers in this one. Dodgers at home been lights out. 9-1 the last 10. 8 of those 10, and they've covered the run line. I'm just going to blindly take the Dodgers on the run line at a nice plus price to beat up on the Reds. The Dodgers bullpen has definitely turned it around from what they were at the start of the season. Yeah, maybe Mr. El Squarado, but give me the Dodgers on the run line on that one today. And the other one in this time slot, you got to go back with the Padres again. Playing lights out, as I said. I think this was the series they were looking forward to. They kind of just gave it to the Rockies last time. The Braves in this game 2 of a series, as I said yesterday, 1 and 2. I like the Nerfy as well. I think we see no runs in the first inning. I think both pitchers keep it scoreless in that one on Sunday night.
Wayne, close us out in baseball, my man.
Yeah, I like both of the dogs, and as far as the Reds, Dodgers, and the Detroit, Arizona, I would like to see Yamamoto on the mound. I just don't think he's a minus 200 guy yet, and he got good stuff. He's been playing good, but he's also been rocked. I like Hunter Green, like some of y'all have suggested. He's been up and down, but he's starting to play better. He's a serviceable option on the road. He hasn't done well against the Dodgers, but he's faced them twice, and you start to get better against teams when you're a good pitcher, and I do put him in the category as a pitcher that will be good. So more so just a price thing, taking the Reds here, hoping for them to start playing better. They do have a solid batting lineup. And the Detroit, Arizona, same thing, price thing. Arizona, Detroit just playing just as good as Arizona. I'm not saying they're playing better than Arizona. They're playing just as good. solid team on the road. Until I see Arizona's bats, yes, they have the batting lineup, but at the same time, these guys are not batting as good as the lineup looks on paper. So until I see them start balling out with the bats, I have no choice but to look the choice way at that price. And I like Atlanta, man. One of those things where I feel like they're underperforming. They're getting it done with solid pitching, but it'll be a matter of time before the bats start getting rolling, and it's probably going to be in a home game. So we're getting a good price, good favorite price with an Atlanta team who normally balls out at home. I'm going to take Atlanta there.
What are you selling today over at the site, man?
A 3-pack, and I got my best bet. I have my best bet MLB. We've now hit 2 straight on those, 22 and 15 in my last 37. So we've been rolling, continue to roll on that. Or you can get my 3-pack, 3 MLBs, no NBA yet. I'm definitely thinking of putting something on one, but it's still kind of in the edge. These game 7s are tough, so I don't want to force no NBA, but just a 3-pack in MLB in my best bet.
You've been killing it at Pick Dogs Premium in the NBA. In Major League Baseball. You pull up the leaderboard. Aren't you currently number 1?
Yeah, right now.
There you go. So Wayne having a tremendous season in baseball. He ain't gonna yap for y'all, so I will. 104 and 79, hitting at basically a 57% clip on the season, up over 3,000 units. Hop on with Wayne, man. Absolutely murdering the books right now. Hot Rod Zawacki. What you selling today, my man?
In order to pick those premium today, we're on a nice 10 and 5 MLB run, so looking to continue that. I got my Sunday Sluggers 5-pack. You can get a nice 5-pack in the MLB, and that includes my MLB Bucky Bomb, which is my top rated play in the MLB today. You can scoop it up singly, $19, or I've got my Sunday NBA triple. We've been hitting 56% in the NBA over the last 90 days, rolling right along as we continue with the NBA. I've got 2 sides for you and a total in both game 7, so definitely head on over to Pick Dogs Premium and scoop them up. Let's continue to crush the books.
Hop on with Zawacki. He on them 7-day and 30-day leaderboards. Hop on with him, man. Continue making some money over at Pick Dogs Premium. David, you selling today, my man?
Yeah, I have 7 plays total. I have a 5-pack out there. I have a 3-pack, a couple individuals. It's been a solid run for me here over the last few weeks, especially in the NBA, 10 and 1 of my last 11. So have a play in both of the game 7s today and just look to keep it going.
There you go. Hop on with David Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. These guys are a little too modest for me sometimes, so I gotta, you know what I mean? David over here, number 1 last 24 hours, number 1 last 7 days, number 2 last 30 days behind Wayne. These guys are hot right now, man. These are my guys, man. Get on with them and make you some money right now. Javon, what you selling today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got an MLB 5-pack going. I actually have 6 plays in all in Major League Baseball. Really like these plays that's going up today. Really some advantageous spots. In my opinion, I have a 3-pack in these game 7s. 2 sides and 1 total. So check me out. Go for something long term. Get all those plays.
Hop on with Jovan, man. Y'all know Jovan, when he's hot, there's nobody that gets hot quite like him. So he's always a great option to hop on with. He's on a lot of the leaderboards when you go to look as well. So great time to hop on with Jovan right now. Sean Murphy, talk to me, my man. What you selling today?
Yeah, I've got 2 MLB plays up, both underdogs on the go this afternoon. I've got a play on that Knicks Pacers game 7 and 21 and 9 NHL run. We'll keep that going tomorrow with game 7 between the Oilers and the Canucks. So I have a total on that one. Might have the side as well. We'll see if we end up with that as well. But for today, we got 3 plays on the go.
There you go. Hop on with Sean. Always looking for value on the board. Hop on with my man, make you some money over a short amount of time or an extended amount of time. Extended amount of time is always the best value. You always get the best bang for your buck. Hop on with him. Let's make some money. Brad, hey, you're having a tremendous year. You're on the yearly leaderboard. Kicking.
Yes. Oh, I don't know where Jay went, but yeah, I got a 3-pack up on the site right now. My 2 best NBA plays and then my best MLB play. Been hot all year. Not gonna lie, it's been a tough weekend. Backs against the wall. The walls are closing in. I need a winning day. So I'm feeling confident about this 3-pack. It's what's gonna get us back on track here. So go check that out.
It just kicked me out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. You're hyping me up and then just gone. Yeah. All good though.
Hey man, hop on with Brad. He's been killing me. It's basically the short of what I was saying. Hop on with him. Brian, what you selling today, my man?
Well, my best bet's always my titanium best bet winner. 100 wins, 71 losses, 1 tie, 58% last 172 of those $25 titanium plays. Overall, 18-9 runs, 67% last 7 days. Winning days, 8 of the last 9. I got a 3-pack. You want to check out at pickdogs.com, just $50. I'm going to try to keep it rolling today as far as the profit goes.
There you go. Like he said, winning of 8 of 9 last days, and you can see it on the leaderboards. Profitable day yesterday. Brian, number 2 last 7 days, showing profit last 30 days. Number 3 for the year. I'm on with Brian Bidler, man. I ain't gonna lie, he got a different formula. But we all do. And
yeah, we all make it work somehow. We all
there you
producing
go.
the profits.
There you go. So hop on with my guy Brian B over at Pick Dogs Premium. He'll get you right. You can hop on with me today at Pick Dogs Premium as well. I'm having a solid season. I don't like to just toot my horn too well, but number 2 for the year, all sports combined. Number 1 in the NBA for the entire season. I'm having a solid month, a solid week. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. I have a little bit of everything for y'all today. So check it out long term. You can get it. And let's keep the momentum rolling forward. Let's talk about the 2 best words in sports. Game 7. I'm super excited about today's NBA action, man. I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts. First one up, man. We got the New York Knicks in the Garden. Last time I checked, line was 3.5. I'll go first here. Look, still looming over this game is OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. They're both listed as game time decision. Even if they play, they're not 100%. I don't even think they're 80%. They might be like around 70%. What I've said this entire series, Knicks Pacers, was this is going to be a 50-50 series, and I saw it going 7, and I thought the Pacers have a legitimate shot to win the series. That's all I said, and I said that game 1. Since then, everybody labeled me a Knicks hater. I never was one that thought the Knicks would win this series in quick fashion. I never thought the Knicks were head and shoulder the better basketball team. I never thought none of that. What I thought here in this series was the Pacers are actually the better basketball team. The Pacers are the deeper basketball team, but the Knicks do a couple things that make them as good as they are. But with the injuries, the fatigue, and all that catching up to them, that puts me on the Pacers in this basketball game, fellas. It just does. This game, I've thought about this game for like 3 days. And every time I somehow end up back on the Pacers money line. And that's where I'm going to be. Pacers money line. I think they have a legitimate shot to win this game, win this series. That's all I got. Game 7. I mean, there's really not much to say. It's game 7. It's like, who do you think gonna win? I'm interested to see if any of these guys have anything better to say than I do. I apologize that I don't. 50-50 game, 50-50 series. I'll attack the plus money with the Pacers, the deeper team. The team that's less injured, less fatigued, and has played less minutes over the full course of the postseason. It's kind of why I lean towards the Pacers. Brian, what you thinking here?
Yeah, I agree with the 50-50 game here, but I'm going to be a wuss and take the points with the Indiana Pacers here. I think it's similar to what we saw with the Thunder and the Mavericks last night. I think it comes down to holding the ball first, and if you're going to get over a possession with the team, I think you go with the Pacers plus the points. As far as the totals go, I think in both games I'm going to lay exact amounts betting amounts on the under in both games. I think the worst case scenario is I end up losing a little bit of juice here. 3 of the last 4, the Pacers-Knicks games have gone under. People love to bet the over. In Game 7, I think the defense gets turned up in both games, and I think it goes under the total.
Brad, talk to me.
Yeah, give me the Knicks here all day. I mean, the home team's won every game in the series, and that environment, Madison Square Garden, that's basically like having an all-star player on your team. That place is going to be rocking. 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, Manhattan. I mean, yeah, I got to roll with the home team. I was on the Pacers when this game got brought back to New York after the Pacers won those 2 games in Indiana, and then New York just came out and looked like a totally different team at home, and they blew them out. So I can see this one starting off close. It may look like the Pacers are up by half or something, but I think Brunson gets in his bag, and that home court advantage is going to be too much. So loving the Knicks in this spot.
Are you worried about the injuries at all for the Knicks?
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen them play without Anunoby and get that win in Madison Square Garden, Game 5, I believe it was, and they won by a decent amount too. So I could see it being similar to that game. I just think that home court advantage kind of cancels that out, honestly. And if those guys do play, yeah, they're not going to be 100%. But if OG plays in this game, like, give me the Knicks all day, So
I get it. This game, this is a tough one. I think this is probably the toughest game on the board today. Of all sports, I think this is the toughest game on the board.
Yeah. If it was played on a mutual court, I would take the Pacers, but I'm putting that much stock into that home court advantage, just the way the series is going.
And I get it. The Garden is the Garden for a reason. It's the Garden.
Yeah. And Brunson's been playing crazy in the Garden. I think Brunson gets like 40 today, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Talk to me, Sean. What you thinking here? Knicks, Pacers?
Yeah, what I will say about the side in this one is I don't think the points matter. I think if you like the Knicks, I think you just lay them. I think they end up, if they pull this out, they're going to win this one by closer to 10 points. I think the other side, I think it's either that result or we see the Pacers win outright. I don't think those 3.5 points end up mattering in this game. I'd look at the total here. I'm with Brian. I like the under. In this game. We saw, we've seen these lopsided results the last few games in the series. So Friday's game ended up just kind of creeping over the total barely. I think we get the early start combined with the Game 7. I think it gets off to a bit of a slow scoring start. And I think ultimately it stays well under the total. So that's my call on this one.
Under, say Sean. Jovan, I'm interested to hear your thoughts here, my man. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I'm actually on the other side as far as the total. I'm on the over. Now I understand that this they set the total. The odds makers that set the total, at 209 as opposed to the anywhere from 215s to 218s or 218s that it has been, in between, from game 1 on to game to today Game 7, but or the Game 6, but. And that's based on, the history of Game 7. So, partly you saw this yesterday, with the odds makers trying to get too cute with the way they set the line in that OKC game, and lo and behold, it went well over the total. So I think what they're expecting is going to happen isn't how this whole series is played. Has played. The ebb and flow of this series has been faster pace, erratic play from both teams, and it's made for a lot of easy baskets, so I expect both teams, keep on doing what they've been doing. You saw some defensive play last game. You did see that, and look what the score was, so I'm gonna take the over. I expect the odds makers to, the reason why they set this line because they know they're gonna get under money, so that's just what it is for Game 7. The under money comes flooding, but I'm gonna get some buyback on this 209, 208.5, and I'll take the over.
Over for Jovan. David, you've been hot in the NBA, man. Hey, you've been hot. I ain't gonna lie. Talk to me. What you like here?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Pacers. I do think this is going to sound weird. I think they're the better team when you consider the Knicks' injuries, but I just don't trust them on the road. All season they've had some issues on the road, and in Game 5, we saw them almost self-destruct. They were leading by 5 or 6 points halfway through the first quarter. They got into a couple skirmishes, and then all of a sudden they couldn't score. They couldn't get stops. And it worries me. I think Brad's onto something with the home court. If I had to take a side, I think I'm going to take the Knicks, but it's cautious. I think it goes either way. I'd like to see Anunoby play, but I'm more concerned with Hart. Hart's been a big part of this run for them, and I think he's going to be out there for sure. But we saw him really laboring in Game 6, so we'll see how effective he can be. But I think I'm going to take the Knicks at home, but it scares me for sure.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I got it. I got the same thoughts. It's Game 7 though. This is it don't get more even than Game 7. It just don't.
Right. The Pacers on the road, it just worries me. Offensively, they've been great all season. I think they were the highest scoring team in the regular season, but on the road, like I said, they got all out of sorts in Game 5, only 91 points. And it just worries me that the Knicks are going to try to do that same thing, try to get in their heads, try to rough it up after the whistle, things like that, almost like you see in hockey, right? We saw 3 or 4 of those instances in that Game 5, and it really took a toll on the Pacers.
Oh. Wacky, talk to me.
And for me in this one, I got to go with what Jovan says. I like the over here. Just like we've seen yesterday's game, everybody was humping the under, and it snuck up and over the total. And I think that's the same thing we get here. This total has been the lowest we've seen all series, and I just don't see it going under this total. All of a sudden, you're going to see a Pacers team play some defense. Well, they haven't played much defense all season long. They've all been high-paced, fast-paced, go, score, try to outscore you. And under here, I don't get it. Give me the over. It's down to 208.5, and I think we get over the total. I think we get into the 210 plus range in this one. With a lean to the Pacers, it's a lot of points. And then how healthy are the Knicks? They didn't look good last game. And if some of those guys aren't back at 100%, it could get ugly quick. So lean to the Pacers, but I like the over is the better play.
Wayne's World. Talk to me.
As I mentioned, no premiums in the NBA as of the moment. This is, as Jay and some of the guys mentioned, this is a very tough game. I can make a strong case for either side. With the injuries looming, that also makes it tough. But if I'm here to give you guys a solid selection of who I like, and it'd be the Knicks, but I don't feel comfortable with it, to be honest. The Knicks are almost like a house of disappointment of the major teams. Like, even when they get to this moment, you see that they have the best player on the floor. They're at home. They'll still let you down in the huge games. Like, they did a good job getting here, but they'll still let you down. Only reason I kind of lean to them a little more, though, rather this year, was because the Pacers are still a young team, regardless of what anybody says, with their only playoff experienced guy, Siakam. Halliburton can't come out and choke. They're, to me, missing a few pieces as well. And they haven't been great on the road, as a lot of these guys have stated. If they've played a little better, to be honest with you, they're 12-17 as a road, and that's straight up 41%, while the Knicks are one of the best home teams straight up, 29-7, winning at 80% of the time. And that's with an injury team. They've been injured all season. I've been using the fatigue angle when I take the Pacers, but Game 7s, you got to throw that out the window. It's all adrenaline. It doesn't matter so much in Game 7. I think the Knicks will be come to play, that home crowd to energize them, and I'm going to ride with the Knicks here, but like I said, low-key house of disappointment type game too. I can definitely see them giving up.
I'm still gonna lean a little bit on the fatigue, because when you look at the total minutes played, bro, like Josh Hart and them got like 2-3 extra games up on some folks minutes wise due to the amount of minutes they played alone in the playoffs.
I understand it, but as a player who's played in a championship game, like the level of adrenaline is insane. Like the amount you're able to just put yourself and not think about the fatigue that will be there in a game 6 or game 5 in a game like this at home too.
Fair enough. It's gonna be a hell of a game. 2:30 start time for me. 3:30 Eastern. Sorry, y'all not be on Central Time. All right. One more, game 7, man. I'm really excited about that Knicks Pacers, but I feel like if you polled 90% of, if you polled the NBA community right now, 90% would say they're way more excited about this Nuggets Timberwolves game than they are probably Knicks Pacers. This Timberwolves Nuggets might be like an all-time classic tonight. I ain't lying. Like, this might be a game we all remember for quite some time. Brian, lead us off here, my man. What you like?
I kind of gave out my free pick from this one earlier. I like the under here, and I also think if you're somebody that likes the Denver Nuggets to cover, I think you got to take the over. Their 3 wins and covers have all 3 have gone over. The 3 Minnesota wins and covers have all gone under. I just think the defense is going to get turned up. I'm not worried that it's only 198 and a half. I see a 90-something to 80-something final score, so I'm going to take the under.
There you go. Brett.
Yeah.
You in the city, man. You in the city.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with the Nuggets here. This series has been weird. It's like every game has been a blowout, really. So I don't think if you like the Nuggets, I don't think laying the 5 points. I don't think you should be worried about that. Really, the series is one team gets hot and one team gets ice cold. So it's really who's going to come out and play. So this is a tough game to pick. I'm not going to lie, but I have to go with the Nuggets, who have been so dominant at home over the last couple of seasons. And look, they shot 19% from the 3 last game, 30% from the field. That's not going to happen again. So yeah, and then Minnesota's role players really stepped up in that game 6. I don't know if they're able to do that again in Denver. The environment should be pretty wild out there as well. So we saw Minnesota shoot 38% from the 3 from last game. So I just don't see them replicating that performance. I'll take my chances with the defending champs. They're more battle tested. They've been in these situations more frequently than this Minnesota team. So give me the Nuggets here.
There you go. Sean.
Yeah, tough to fade the Nuggets off that embarrassing loss, but I think everybody kind of knows that. I like the T-Wolves here with the points, and I think you can go a little bit on the money line as well. Nothing big to back it up. I just feel like it's one of these games. I think this is one where the points may come into play where, we're catching 4.5 or 5 points with Minnesota in this spot. I think everybody expects Denver to bounce back and take this game. I just don't think it's quite as easy as folks expect. So I'll go with the T-Wolves plus the points.
I don't think so, Sean. I think everybody. I don't know. I told myself I wouldn't go look at none of the metrics today, but I promise you, just based off of being on the internet this entire series, I would not be surprised if 75% of the money on the Timberwolves.
You think? I don't know. All I keep seeing is clips of Jokic on the sideline staring at the other side.
Edwards movement. I ain't seen a movement like this in quite some time. I ain't lying, man.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know. Primetime game here, game 7, defending champs at home. I don't know. I think
I don't do this. I'm gonna go look in a second at one that I have, and I'll tell you where the money's at.
Yeah.
Based off the one I always tell y'all I could give 2 shits about this shit, and the information is probably fake.
It's guaranteed it's Denver. There's no doubt about it.
I think the casual better for sure is lining up to back Denver. Probably money line, probably spread, but
based on this one right here, I see 82% of the handle on the Timberwolves, 49% of the bets on the Timberwolves. Is what I see at +5. Is what I see. So people are betting Denver. I mean, people are betting Minnesota today at +5. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They are.
Nuggets are the sharp play.
Yeah. Yeah. Javon.
Well, not based on the numbers that you just read out. That would mean that Minnesota would be the the play the bigger bettors are liking as far as from what you were just reading.
A lot of people look at that differently, but 82% of the handle on Timberwolves +5.
At 49% of the bets, that means the guys that are betting the big money, according to that sample that you're reading, like the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, I mean, but that's just one example.
That's
I take
one.
those with a grain of salt.
And most of the time, I don't look at that shit.
No.
I just thought it's interesting because this is such a big game. That has no bearing on what I'm going to say here in a second. I just thought it was interesting. But I get it, Sean. I do, man. This game is going to be a good one. I can't wait. Javon, what you thinking here?
Well, I'm on record saying a couple weeks ago Minnesota Timberwolves in 7. So, take that for what it's worth. But as far as this game goes, I'm on Denver first quarter. I think it's gonna be a nip and tuck game throughout the first quarter, but the fact of the matter is the Nuggets have been winning these first quarters outside of the last game where they just got blitzed. So with them being at home, coupled with the way they went out last game, I expect for them to come out the gate, rather hard in this one, and cover this spread. The line for the first quarter is 1.5, so that should be money.
There you go. David.
I'm excited to watch this game too. This is going to be a great one. I am glad that this is the night game. But I'm going to go with Denver at home. I just think Denver at home has been the play that most of us have rode over the last 2-3 years. And I'm not getting away from it right now. I know I would love if this spread was closer to 3, but I'll take it at 4.5 or 5. I'm going to take Denver. I just think defending champs at home, I still think they're the better team. And I think the score is not indicative of that game 6. I mean, Minnesota was by far the better team, but Denver pretty much just quit on that one at the half. I think they bounced back here with a strong effort, and I'm going Denver at home.
Right.
And for me in this one, this game 7 going to be an all-out war. So I think you want the points in your pocket. I think this comes down to who's got the ball last. But I like the under in the first quarter as the better play. I think you got a solid defensive game that this game starts out slow. You got that feeling out. It's game 7. I don't see a whole lot of running and gunning. And you look at the Nuggets, they've only went over in 38 of their last 100 games in the first quarter. And it's 49.5 in spots. Definitely shop your number. I like the under 49.5 in the first quarter. I also like Rudy Gobert to step it up. He got burnt in game 5 by Jokic. And I think he steps up in this one. I like Rudy Gobert over 11.5 rebounds. I think he steps up on the glass. I also like Rudy Gobert over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists today.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Well, the focus on the Nuggets at home. Just think that honestly, Minnesota is just one offensive player away from just getting to the championship, to be honest with you guys. And the number one factor, and I hate to say that this is a factor, but Scott Foster's reffing, man. Scott Foster at home, shit. I ain't playing with no road team with Scott Foster reffing at home. Y'all already know that calls in. So I'm gonna ride with Denver.
The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the field. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Y'all want the number? These boys is last 2 seasons combined. The Nuggets have won 82% of their games at home. The Nuggets are 81-18. Last 2 seasons combined at home. 81-18. Oh my God. This series, the biggest thing, here's the biggest takeaway from this series. That's not even that. The $1 million question. if you answer this question, I think you know the key to this series. Can the Minnesota Timberwolves hold the Nuggets to under 100 points today? That's all it comes down to. That's all this game comes down to. When you look at every single game between these two teams this season, if the Timberwolves hold the Nuggets under 100, they win. They win. If their defense shows up and the Nuggets offense doesn't show up, Timberwolves win. If the Nuggets get over 100, it's over. It's over. So the $1 million question is do you honestly believe the Nuggets not scoring 100 points in Game 7 at home at the crib? I'm on the Nuggets. They go stupid, dummy, crazy. I would lay up to 8, 9. I would. It's been my argument. You have to learn to win in this league. Everybody has to learn to win. Everybody. The Thunder, young team, had to learn to win. Timberwolves, they're going to have to learn to win. This is their first deep run at it. I could list you every star in the NBA's history, including a lot of you's favorite player, Michael Jordan, who is 6 for 6, like a lot of you like to say. But I forgot he only played 6 seasons. I forgot he only made the playoffs 6 seasons. I forgot. Didn't win the case. He made the playoffs more than 6 times. He just got beat up by the Pistons before he was able to make the finals. And I kind of just see the same thing happening here with the Wolves. They're going to be a team and a force to reckon with over the next 3 to 5 years here in the NBA. Anthony Edwards has arrived. I had the Wolves in Game 6. There was no way in hell they was losing Game 6 after dropping back-to-back games at home at the crib. If you asking me to bet against the Nuggets, who go stupid, dummy, crazy, who won at an 82% clip at home at the crib in a must-win game, I cannot do it. They have the best player on the planet in Nikola Jokic. Fourth quarter, Game 6. I ain't never seen that look in that man's eyes the way I seen that look in his eyes just standing there. I don't think the NBA has ever seen a mad Jokic. We've seen a lot of different things. We ain't seen no mad Jokic yet. I think we see him tonight. And I think it's going to set up to where the best buds face off against each other. The two best players on the planet face off against each other in the Western Conference Finals. I got Denver punching their ticket to face my Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. I would lay the 4.5, 5, whatever you find the line at, as I see it.
Oh, give me the keys to the house of disappointment.
I skipped
We're gonna get our new champ.
I skipped
No, he didn't skip you, but after hearing what you had to say, I got to go with just what you said. You know what you said? What set me off? What's this total at? By the way, in this game, 198.5. Yep. Even the books think that the Nuggets don't score 100 today. And as you said, the Nuggets don't score 100. The Nuggets don't score 100 today, and the Wolves shut them down to get the win. I might take the Wolves. Bye-bye Nuggets, new champs this year in the NBA.
I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked.
That's why that line is the way it is. You just, as soon as you said that, you said that the Nuggets don't score 100, they don't win. Well, guess what? They're not scoring 100.
Scott Foster, 47 and 26 straight up to the home team when he's reffing. We'll repeat that again. You got a better shot at covering the spread with Minnesota.
This season, Scott Foster is 14-11 is the home favorite in 25 games.
Yeah, spread. You got a smaller chance spread, but straight up.
4.5. But you look who's reffing with them. David Guthrie reffing with him, and the home favorite has not fared so well when he's reffing. 5-10 is the home favorite. 5-10.
Real. We saw them try to put the extender Tony Brothers in there yesterday. We saw the he had going on yesterday. Oh,
it's 50-50 when you look at the refs that are going. Yeah,
I looked at it too, and I feel you right. But at the end of the day, you go off the head chief, and the head chief of this game is Scott Foster.
Well, correct. And if this line's moved up to 5, right? So when the spread's between 5 and 9.5, Scott Foster's 5 and 6. He's 5 and 6. 5 and 6 ATS is the home favorite. So, and And that's just for that reason. Everybody sees that and sees that Scott Foster's playing, and they're going to jump on the home team. And guess what? Scott Foster likes to make some money too.
It'll be a good game, man. I can't wait for it. That's the game I'm most excited for today. Is there hockey today?
No hockey. Hockey
Tomorrow.
games tomorrow.
No hockey today. So that brings us to everybody.
Hey, hold on before you get to the NHL. You know, you said something in passing. You know, you like to take your shots at that man Jordan. I'm gonna have to give you a rebuttal now. So the rebuttal was this: it was a different NBA where you had dynasties, and you had to wait your turn. And you know, and that's what he did. He waited his turn. You know, he took his lumps, and once he got the winning, he didn't stop winning. You know, so it is what it is. And there's two players that started winning right out the gate, and that was Magic and Bird. You know, so they didn't have to learn to win. They were winners coming into into the NBA, and they saved the NBA. So you know,
some good points right there. Some good points. I love Ant, man. I thought that game 6. You know, I had to swallow a lot of the hate that I've had for him this postseason run. That hezzy that he hit Michael Porter Jr. with, I still think is the play of the playoffs. Oh my God. But this is Jokic, man. This is Jokic and them Nuggets. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see. Parlay time, fellas. Parlay.
Hey, Jay, real quick question, though. For your Mavs, who would you rather play? Who do you match up better with?
Yeah.
you know it's Minnesota. You don't want to play Denver.
You don't want to play that.
Sorry, Jokic, though.
I would guys going head to head.
Wholeheartedly, in all honesty, like if you want me to be 1,000, it don't matter. We're gonna beat either one of them. If that's the answer you're looking for, we're gonna beat both. I would probably rather play Minnesota though, because there's a book out on Rudy Gobert, and we're the team that put that book out. You know what I mean? We're the team that put it out, and it's all gonna. I hate to say this, but it really comes down to one man that didn't play in this past series for this next series. If we get Maxi Kleber back for this next series and it's the Timberwolves, bye-bye Minnesota. We already seen what Kleber do to Gobert. Push his ass out to the corner. He's unplayable. You know what I mean? That's the Mavs run a different 5-out style offense that is going to cause Minnesota some real trouble to where they're not going to be able to play the way they played all season. Denver, they provide a different challenge because they work from the middle of the floor with Jokic. And I'm probably more scared of Denver because we have two young bigs in Lively and Gafford, and I think that Jokic is going to eat them alive in that series.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I trust the experience of my Mavs over the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I would probably rather play the Timberwolves. But I think Denver win tonight. So there you go. Short, sweet, simple. Parlay time. I'll parlay first. I'll never go first. I'll go Nuggets. I'll go Mariners. And I'll go Diamondbacks. 3-teamer. Brian.
I love this parlay. I'll take the Nuggets and Wolves under 198.5. I'll take the Pacers Knicks under 208.5, and the Minnesota Twins, the Twinkies, on the money line.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do. Let's go Tigers money line, Royals run line, and then Knicks money line.
Sean.
I'll go with an AL East parlay. I'll go with the Jays money line with the Orioles money line.
Javon.
Nationals, Phillies under. Twins, Guardians under. Pirates, Cubs under. Angels, Rangers under. 4-teamer.
David.
I'm going to go Red Sox, Blue Jays, Astros and Knicks money line.
Right.
We're gonna go Pirates, Angels, Dodgers on the run line. I'm throwing the Timberwolves into that one. That's plus 2,800 parlay. 14.
4-teamer. Wayne.
Boston Red Sox money line, Orioles money line, and Knicks money line.
There you go. Any final words? Anything else before we get out of here, fellas?
Pistons need to draft Brownie. Let's pray to God LeBron comes with them, and let's go.
I feel so sorry for y'all. The 4th pick or whatever it is again.
5th pick. Well, we don't deserve the 1st pick. We get what we deserve. It's a horrible franchise. So let's just draft Brownie, see if we can attract a couple players, and just not be the worst team in the league.
I know.
It's crazy because I actually like a couple of y'all draft picks of last year. Just ain't panning out. Ivy, Cade. I thought somebody was going. Duran. It's like y'all getting there, but y'all not.
Hey, but you insert LeBron, and here we go.
Oh yeah, y'all playing.
Keep dreaming, David. LeBron will not be.
Hey, I firmly believe he will sign with whoever has Bronny. He said it all along.
Yeah, but Buccaneers can't sign them.
As of right, here's my Bron. Bron and Bronny are going to be one of 2 places. There's only 2 places they're going to be, and I ain't buying nothing else. They're both going to be in LA, or they're both going to be in Cleveland, and there's no other way. That's it. That's all.
No, I agree with you. It's a long shot. I'm just hoping for anything. I need something. Give me something.
I would kind of like to see Bron back in Cleveland with his son. No, that'd be kind of cool. They got some young pieces. Get Mitchell ass up out of there. Get Garland ass up out of there. Keep Mobley. Keep Allen. Maybe get another guard in there. Maybe all right. We'll see. Man, the NBA season coming down to an end, man. It's kind of sad. We're already in the Western Conference Finals. We're in the conference finals after today. We're at hockey, too. We're finna be in the dog days of summer. Nothing but just baseball. We got to enjoy it while we still have it, fellas. I appreciate all of you that joined us today. Of course, I appreciate all the cappers that spent an hour and a half talking sports with me today, trying to help us all make some money. Money Making Sunday. We'll be back tomorrow with the morning show, regular time, same programming. We all have different things we do here on the channel as well. You can check out, and our best bets are at Pick Dogs Premium. We got written content. Y'all know what it is here at Pick Dogs. The biggest and best on the planet. We love our community. We love y'all. Let's make some money today. We out of here. Peace.